Hi guys, it's Anthony from class. Recently we were asked to make a video about the proposal that Bloomberg made over the big sugary sodas and the different sizes and stuff like that. It didn't pass, but nonetheless I went around and asked 3 different people their opinions on it, and that's what you're about to see right now. Alright, what's your name and what grade are you in?
I'm Brianna and I'm a junior.
Okay, now recently there was a bill proposed, didn't get passed, but it was a bill by Bloomberg that wanted to ban large kind of sugary soda drinks over a certain size. What was your opinion on the proposed bill?
I think it's a great idea. I don't think that people need all that excess sugar in their bodies. Definitely think it led to a lot of the obesity rates, especially in kids. So I'm totally for it.
Now, what's your opinion on the government kind of stepping in and regulating and dictating, the things that we can consume and the stuff that we eat and drink and stuff like that? Do you think the government has a right to do that, or do you think it's more of a policy that we should police ourselves?
I think it's policies that we should police ourselves, but I think the fact of the matter is that it's something that we haven't been doing ourselves. I think that's why it's gotten to this point when, we're the baddest place in the world. It's pretty evident that we haven't been taking care of it ourselves, and that's usually when government steps in to do things in all of our other, points in our lives. So why shouldn't they step in and take care of our health?
All right, that's good. Now, my last question for you: if it were up to you, what would be another kind of decision you would make in order to help maybe the health of the New York City people?
I don't know. I definitely think when it comes to cutting things like gym and stuff like that, I'm just thinking as a kid, I was really overweight as a kid, and I know that if I was pushed more to be active in gym, I know I was one of those kids, especially in summer camp and stuff like that. I was sitting there braiding girls' hair. I was always the one who never brought my gym clothes. I was always sick. I would just make
so kind of tougher policies to enforce for
that way we don't have to get to a point where it's you can't have those things.
Gotcha. All right, thanks a lot. All right, state your name.
My name is Eddie Mack.
Eddie Mack, okay. Recently, Bloomberg proposed a potential soda ban on large sugary drinks of a certain size that eventually was taken down, didn't go through. What was your thoughts on the ban?
I didn't like it. I'm glad it was banned. I like my large sugary beverages, and I believe I should be able to drink them in any size and quantity that I want.
I agree. Now, do you think that the government has a right to dictate what we eat or drink or something like that?
No.
And why is that?
I mean, I'm paying taxes. I don't see why it's any of their business what I eat or drink.
Makes a lot of sense. My last question to you would be, what would be a more proactive way for Bloomberg to attack the obesity problems in the country, and New York specifically?
I don't know. I mean, why is that his job to make people skinny? I don't think that's part of his responsibility, really, to tell people how to live their lives.
Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you.
Right, state your name and what grade you're in.
Joseph Ritchie, senior.
Okay, my question for you is, recently there was an act that didn't go through, that Bloomberg was proposing to basically get rid of large sugary drinks and sodas and stuff like that. It didn't go through, but what did you think of the act in general?
It probably had good intentions behind it, but I personally don't need the government to tell me what I can and can't get. I can decide that for myself. The problem really should be on people and parents. They should have more common sense to not drink too much soda.
Do you think that it's kind of, what's your opinion on the government stepping in and kind of, not dictating per se, but determining our health concerns and things of that sort as far as what we can and cannot consume?
Basically, when they say that, and with soda and food that we eat specifically, the government should help in terms of warning us and informing and stuff like that. But once they step in and say you can't eat this soda or drink this soda or eat this food, that's when they're basically saying you can't handle your own life, and no, the government can't tell me that.
Now, as someone that lives in New York, what do you think would be a more proactive thing that maybe Bloomberg could focus on as opposed to how big someone's Pepsi is.
Like what he could focus on in terms of his
Right, like
politics, or like what he could do in terms of this problem.
Well, either or, whether it would be a health thing or just any kind of proactive approach he can take to any issue, as opposed to how much sugar's in our coffee.
Well, from what I understand, there's a lot of corruption, especially in New York politics. So maybe work on that. If he's not corrupt himself, maybe the economy, that little thing. Because if everything else goes to hell, then no one's gonna give a damn about how much soda we're drinking. So figure that out first. Don't worry about my soda. Worry about the money.
Thank you. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks.